頼み申すお頼み申す卒じながら冥府はいず外道が笑えば民がなり諸行に拉致なき沙汰あれば魔道の始末を受けに行きます己は美老の三品侍指導死に花無用の所存
She's fierce, relentless, and fueled by vengeance. A one-armed, one-eyed samurai who survived hell itself and came back with enough weapons hidden in her kimono to start a small war. One of the series' most iconic and enduring characters, Baiken's journey is one of blood, revenge, and a whole lot of tatami mats. So let's unsheathe the truth behind the sometimes pink, sometimes orange-haired ronin of Guilty Gear, Baiken. Blood and Fire, the origin of Baiken. Considering the wild and wacky nature of Guilty Gear's overarching story, Baiken's tale is relatively simple. Revenge. At the dawn of the Crusades, a 100-year war between humans and the Gears, an artificial race created with the intention to advance evolution, but that were eventually turned into weapons of war, the nation of Japan was wiped out by the Gear known as Justice. Those of Japanese descent, including Baiken and her parents, were relocated to protected colonies, but safety didn't last long. Near the end of the Crusades, Gears raided Baiken's colony. She was just a child, small and powerless, forced to watch as her home burned. In the chaos, she lost her arm, her eye, her family, everything. And amidst the flames stood a man. That man. His image seared itself into her mind. With nothing left but rage, Baiken swore one thing. She would find him, and make him pay. From secret boss to samurai icon, Baiken came directly from Guilty Gear's mastermind, Daisuke Ishiwatari, whose artistic and musical fingerprints cover the Guilty Gear series. And like much of its world, Baiken's design is an elegant blend of historical motifs, cinematic grit, and punk rock attitude. One of Baiken's inspirations comes from Hiroaki Samura's manga, Blade of the Immortal, a blood-soaked philosophical tale about revenge, redemption, and the price of immortality. In its pages, a scarred ronin named Manji fights alongside a young girl, Rin Asano, who seeks to avenge her murdered parents. Rin's design, a determined, emotionally scarred girl surrounded by swords and death, shares clear DNA with Baiken. Both are lone survivors, driven entirely by vengeance and bound by loss. Comparisons can also be made to Himura Kenshin, whose slender, feminine design led Daisuke Ishiwatari to apparently mistake him for a woman. Other influences can be traced to classic Japanese cinema, specifically Lady Sazen and the Drenched Swallow Sword. This Jidai Geki film follows Oukin, a one-eyed, one-armed swordswoman, probably the first of her kind on screen, whose tragic backstory and unrelenting resolve prefigure Baiken almost perfectly. The film was part of a series of samurai stories featuring the fictional hero Tange Sazen, a disfigured, cynical swordsman who fights corruption with biting humor and cutting steel. It's easy to see the lineage, from Tange Sazen to Oukin to Baiken, the vengeful woman warrior who refuses to die quietly. Baiken also carries the spirit of the Edo-era Avenger archetype, the wandering swordsman or swordswoman, stripped of family and purpose, living only for revenge. In a sense, she's the embodiment of the Onryo, a wrathful ghost given flesh, except instead of haunting others, she channels that fury through steel and tatami mats. Her appearance would evolve across the series. Her orange-brown hair turned pink in Guilty Gear X, before taking on a bright orange tone in Guilty Gear Strive. Her outfit grew more ornate, her movement sharper, and her fighting stance more feral. And yes, as you may have noticed, her proportions became let's say heroically, exaggerated. But beneath every redesign, Baiken has always remained a pure reflection of Ishiwatari's personal taste and creative philosophy. He once admitted lightheartedly in an interview, "I like girls with glasses, or boyish girls." Baiken may not wear glasses, but she embodies that same mix of toughness and vulnerability, a tomboy forged in tragedy, wrapped in myth. Baiken isn't just inspired by fiction, she is a piece of fiction brought to life. A spirit of vengeance passed from film, to manga, to arcade screen, sharpened by every era she survived. The arsenal of a one-armed warrior. Missing an arm doesn't slow Baiken down. Inside of her kimono is an entire arsenal of weaponry. A clawed grappling hook, a shotgun, even a hidden cannon. Being of Japanese descent, Baiken also has the ability to manipulate ki energy, possibly the result of genetic modifications following Justice's attack on Japan with a massive gamma ray blast. Her famous Tatami Gaish technique lets her summon tatami mats from the ground, launching enemies skyward or acting like a wall. She can even summon them mid-air, dropping them down like a trap. Grace and brutality working in harmony. During her more cinematic moves, Hanafuda cards flash across the screen, a tribute to Samurai Showdown's Kibagami Genjuro perhaps, who called out Hitotsu, Futatsu, Mitsu while slashing cards mid-attack. Baiken's cards, however, are named after Sakura, Tsuki, and Tsuru. Baiken's moveset exudes elegance and style, combined alongside precision, and wrapped in fury. Crossovers and cameos. Following her first appearance, Baiken has been playable in all subsequent Guilty Gear titles, apart from Guilty Gear 2 Overture, a rather strange action RTS hybrid. But her fame extends far beyond the series. She's appeared in Brave Frontier, Chain Chronicle 3, Crusaders Quest, Epic 7, Elemental Story, Code Shifter, the King of Fighters All-Star, and even as a DLC character in Samurai Showdown, where she finally got to cross blades with warriors from another game and era. Baiken has only had a single English voice actor to date, Patty Matson, who joined the series in Guilty Gear Strive. Before that, Baiken's voice has changed hands many times, with a long lineage of talented Japanese voice actors. Satomi Kourogi, Miho Sudo, Chizu Yonemoto, and Mayumi Asano from Xrd onward, reprising the role in Samurai Showdown and KOF All-Star. But no matter who voices her, Baiken is represented as a survivor. A woman forged in vengeance, refined by battle, and softened gradually by friendship, honor, and perhaps more unexpectedly, as her latest role as a mother figure. Yet still, every strike and every tatami mat she flips, it all traces back to the fire that made her. And through every version of Guilty Gear, she remains an unwavering symbol of Japanese spirit and Ishiwatari's creative heart. So next time you face Baiken in battle, remember, she's not simply swinging a sword at your face, she's swinging the weight of her entire tragic past. If you enjoyed the video, and hey, you made it this far, right? Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more Guilty Gear and other fighting game lore and trivia. Join the channel or sign up to my Patreon for early access. And until next time, be excellent to yourselves and one another, and I'll see you soon.